The Dow Jones finished 765 points up for the day. Nasdaq finished 239 points up for the day, and the S&P finished 92 points up for the day. So it's interesting because September is usually a down month in the stock market. It was down. October is usually a good month in the stock market, especially during midterm election years. We spoke about this before. October to April is actually the best months for stock market historically during midterm election years. But obviously there's a lot of different variables that go into play this year. So is this the start of a run, or is this just a pump fake?
Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be the test. So historically, the market tends to go up on Mondays and Fridays. If we have a strong Tuesday and a strong Wednesday, it'll be a sign of strength. If we fall Tuesday morning, turn to CNBC before the market opens and see what the futures are set to do. If they're saying that we're down 100 points before the open, won't be good. But Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be the test. I hope this is the start of a strong push, but we're not here to hope. Tuesday and Wednesday will be the truth teller if we're going to go up or not.
Yeah, I think it's tough to tell, right? Because the factors that are causing an economic downturn haven't really changed, right? Inflation's still here. There's still a crisis in Ukraine. China's still in COVID lockdown. Those things haven't changed. And so it's interesting when they say October, and we spoke about it before, but they call it, I saw it in the headlines today, the bear killer. And so like these are the statistics that they're going off of. This is actually in the Stock Traders Automatic. So out of the 12 post-World War II bear markets that have ended in October, so that's 1946, 1957, 1960, 1962, 1966, 74, 87, 90, 98, 2001, 2002, and 2011. All of those bear markets have ended in October. 7 of those years were midterm elections. So obviously we know that we're in one right now. So in the midterm October since 1950, the Dow has been up 12 out of the 6 years. So been up 12, been down 6 on an average increase or appreciation of 2.6%. The S&P in that same time from 1950 during a midterm October has been up 13 times, been down 5 with an average appreciation of 2.7%. And the NASDAQ obviously started in 1971, has been up 9 times, been down 3. So the numbers point in our favor for the month of October, and the average appreciation is 3.1%. Just want to add that in there. But the economic factors that have caused it haven't really changed. So
haven't changed at all. Yeah.
Could it be a pump fake? Yeah, this is I feel pump fake. But perspective is
Kobe.
key. Yeah.
Traders, be careful.
Be careful.
Do not, because we had a great day today, go in tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm just going to do calls and I'm going to trade the NASDAQ and ES to the upside. Let it play out in front of you. And going to your point, I was looking right before we started the show. Inflation in Turkey has went up 83%. That's the reported number. The real number is like 185%. It's not like all my crypto people. If I ever say anything bad about Bitcoin or Ethereum at any point, this is the ultimate case for definitely needing a hedge for international and global inflation. That is terrifying. Like, imagine if you're a parent of 2 and you have to provide housing, clothes, shelter if things go up 200% in 2 months.
Yeah, at one point, Zimbabwe had like 10,000% inflation. That like it was like $1 million for a piece of bread. So we'll see. We'll see how the situation unfolds. History is on the side of a bull run.
History is with us.
But this is unprecedented times that we're in. So we will see. But it did kick off the way that it would. You would think it would kick off historically.
For the fourth quarter,
For the fourth quarter run. A few things are in the market's favor. History, the midterm election situation, the month of October, and the fourth quarter. Because usually towards the end of the year, the stock market does better. So
yeah.
What are you about to say?
So remember, like when Ghost threw Kanan in the building and he caught on fire, but Kanan survived? That's what the market's going to do. Like, it's going to make it out alive, but it's going to be terrifying. It's going to be tough for a little bit of time. I hope that we push up, but 2023 is probably gonna be flat at best. And I can't wait till Steve comes on so we can talk about Fed fund rates and all that kind of stuff. But we will push up, but it's going to be a hell of a battle to get out of this danger zone that we're in.
Let's talk about Tesla. So Elon Musk debuted, showcased Optimus, which is Tesla's robot, last week at Tesla's AI Day. And the idea of this robot. So from my understanding, the robot will have a cost of $20,000. And it is designed to do everything that a human brain can do, such as process vision data, make last-minute decisions, as well as communicate. So it's pretty much like a person. And at $20,000, that's extremely affordable. So how
to play God's advocate?
Well,
I got to get to it before TikTok does it.
I think it's extremely affordable as far as like if I'm let's say I'm using this to somebody that's working in a factory, right, to replace a job.
Yeah,
it costs a lot less to pay for a $20,000 robot than it does to pay somebody $60,000 a year and then pay for sick leave and then pay for medical benefits and then pay for life insurance, stuff like that, which end up probably being $100,000. So that's when I mean it's affordable. When I'm assuming most people that have these robots they're going to be using these robots for jobs, right?
Yeah.
So $20,000, you can't really hire somebody for $20,000.
No,
not in the States,
not in America.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by affordable. But their stock price was down today.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with Tesla?
So the delivery numbers came in, and it said they sold fewer than expected vehicles in the third quarter due to logistics hurdles with slowing outlook for economic growth, raising doubts about demand. So how bad do people still want the Tesla vehicles? They slid down 9% after hours today, which is interesting because that other company that we used to like destroy, Rivian, their numbers actually went up 6%. I think they delivered like 7,600 vehicles, which is a little bit more than what they expected. But I think it's interesting, right? They probably saw the forecast for that coming out on Monday, and that news came out during the weekend, right? The robot thing. I felt like that dropped like Friday, and so let's create our narrative. Like let's get ahead of the news and the report that we know is coming. Let's give them some breaking news that they can run with because the numbers are going to be disappointing. And from an investing standpoint, do we still love Tesla? Still love it, but there's setbacks. And this is why I said, like, when we're talking about is it a pump fake? Like, these are some of the economic factors that are still in place that are happening to good companies.
I think the robot idea is fascinating. I think earlier this year or late last year, I had a stat that by 2030, 50% of the workforce will be replaced by automation in some format. Who better to bring this initiative in? And someone should research homework assignment if they are getting government funding to push this initiative through Tesla and through Elon. As far as the demand for cars, the long-term demand would be great, but we are just, and I can't wait till they announce it so we can just like rip the Band-Aid off and just say that, hey, we're in a global recession. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 years to recover. So we can begin to fix some of the issues that we have been facing. For the first time in a long time, man, I'm going to Tesla.
You going in?
130.79 is a place to load the boat. No, it never did.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm like, wait, where we going with that?
I should have drug it out for like a hot take, but no, 130.79 is where I'm looking to load the boat. If it does fall that far, I'll be incredibly elated, but long term, Tesla's going to be fine.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.